Imagine an entire field full of sheep, and every single one is wearing sharp spiked armor as if they were about to go into battle. Or imagine seeing a farmer cutting his own tree and bending it toward the ground. What would you think? That he's crazy? That he's destroying his own crop? But what if I told you that this very trick helps him grow even bigger and sweeter fruit than before? Farmers around the world have come up with techniques that look completely insane, yet behind them lies perfect logic. Today, we're going to look at some of these incredible farming tricks. This viral farmer makes a small cut on a young papaya tree, then bends it toward the ground at a 30 to 45 degree angle and ties it to a stake. At first glance, it looks like he's killing the tree. But in reality, when the tree grows in this position, more nutrients are directed toward the fruit instead of the trunk. As a result, the papayas become larger and sweeter. It also reduces the risk of the tree breaking during storms. Another trick with watermelons will leave you amazed. The farmer takes a toothpick and pokes a tiny hole through the watermelon stem. Will it ruin the fruit? No, quite the opposite. When watermelons reach about the size of a bowl, the rainy season begins. If the roots absorb too much water, the pressure inside the fruit suddenly increases, causing it to crack. That tiny hole in the stem slows down the movement of water, reducing the internal pressure and preventing the watermelon from splitting. This next scene is literally explosive. Farmers in the United States and Canada no longer use traps or shovels to kill rats. Instead, they insert a pipe into the entrance of the burrow, fill it with gas, and pull the trigger. A loud explosion kills the rats hiding inside while instantly collapsing the tunnel. And we all know that rats are one of the biggest enemies of grain storage. This feeding method for chickens is also quite different. Instead of throwing fruits on the ground, the farmer fixes a pole into the soil and stacks fruits one above another on it. The chickens eat the fruit at the bottom first. Once it's gone, the fruit above slides down. This way, not a single bit of food is wasted. Now look at this farmer placing bottle gourds one after another onto a rotating machine that peels them into long, thin strips. They come out looking just like white vermicelli noodles. Bottle gourd noodles? Not exactly. It's actually a preservation method. In July, bottle gourds are harvested in such large quantities that farmers can't eat or sell them all. By slicing them this way and drying them in the sun, they can preserve them for months without spoilage. Another technique used by Chinese farmers is truly surprising. Before planting rice seedlings, they spread a special type of biodegradable paper across the entire field. Then they punch holes through the paper and plant the seedlings. The paper blocks sunlight, preventing weeds from growing while the seedlings are still young. At the same time, it reduces water evaporation, keeping the soil moist. After about a month, the paper decomposes into the soil and becomes organic fertilizer, which the seedlings absorb as they grow. It's just a simple sheet of paper, yet it serves so many purposes. Now let's solve the mystery of the armored sheep. Whenever sheep are taken out to graze, wolves wait for the perfect chance to attack. Over time, the flock keeps getting smaller. So farmers fitted the sheep with spiked armor around their necks and backs. Even if a wolf attacks, it cannot get a proper bite on the neck, and the prey escapes. Now the sheep can roam freely across the fields instead of staying locked inside fences. Even old tires have found a new life. Instead of building expensive bamboo or metal nesting boxes, farmers cut discarded tires in half and mount them on walls. They become comfortable nesting spaces for laying hens. Because they are raised off the ground, they stay clean and well ventilated. The curved shape of the tire also prevents eggs from rolling out and breaking. The eggs remain much cleaner than if they were laid on the floor. Using an ordinary hoe means constantly bending your back while digging, making the work slow and exhausting. To solve this problem, farmers invented a double-blade hoe. With one swing, it lifts 2 strips of soil at once, doubling the speed of the work. It has become a real blessing for removing weeds between neatly planted rows of vegetables. The way bananas are transported looks strange at first. It seems as if the farmer is throwing entire bunches of bananas into a canal and wasting them. But in reality, this is the easiest way to move them. Instead of carrying heavy bunches on their shoulders, Farmers release water into the canal during harvest and throw the banana bunches into it. The flowing water carries them all the way to the collection point, eliminating the hard labor of carrying them by hand. In China, vegetables are also grown without any soil at all. The plants sit on floating beds, and their roots absorb nutrients directly from the water. This method is called hydroponics. Since there is no soil, weeds and soil-borne pests are greatly reduced. Heavy metals and harmful chemicals from the soil do not contaminate the crops. There is also much less need for chemical pesticides, making the vegetables cleaner. It is claimed that plants grown this way develop much faster than those grown conventionally, allowing earlier harvests. Now for the strangest sight of all. A farmer is actually stepping on his own peanut plants. Others roll heavy objects over them, and some even beat them with sticks. Is he destroying the crop he planted with his own hands? Not at all. This process bends the branches closer to the ground, encourages earlier flowering, prevents the tender stems from breaking, and keeps the plants shorter. As a result, the plants spread wider, produce more branches, develop more flowers, and ultimately yield many more peanuts. What looked like destruction was actually the key to a much bigger harvest. The truth hidden behind every one of these methods is the same. What appears to be madness or destruction from the outside is often the result of years of experience and practical wisdom. These farmers have no laboratories, no expensive equipment, and no academic degrees. All they have is a daily struggle with the land and the determination to protect their crops. And from that struggle are born solutions so clever that even great engineers are left impressed. Perhaps the oldest research laboratory in the world is simply a farmer's field.